Namaste children, how are you? I hope you are all fine and safe. Have a nice day. Welcome back to social science class. We have studied in the previous class about what is history, where was it started, what do we learn in history, then how can we study history, what are the sources to study history, and when was it started. Children, what is history? History is the systematic study of past events. Just let us recall from the previous class, around 8,000 years ago, human beings lived like wanderers or like hunters. See, so many years they lived like hunters, around 8,000 years ago. Later, they settled in the villages, started agriculture, and they became the farmers. After a few years, around 3,000 years ago, the cities were established, especially the Magadha was very famous. This we have studied. Then what are the different sources to study the history? We have studied the buildings, pictures, coins, all these are the important sources to study history. Okay, today let us go and study about India. How the name has derived and the different sources to study history and how to calculate the years. In this class we are going to study about this. Yes. Suresha, you tell me, where do you come from? Yes, you come from Bannuru. Right, there is a name for your place. Rajesha, tell me, where do you come from? You come from Nagara, Nehru Nagara. So, each and every place has got some names, isn't it? Yes. Veda, tell me, which is our taluk? Our taluk is Putturu. Right here. Do you know how the name Puttur has come? Long ago, there was no rain, so they performed puja and they dug the pond, and while having the food, the water level came up and the rice has become pearl. In Kannada we say Muttu. Muttu means pearl. Muttu beleda uru Mutturu. Earlier it was called Mutturu. At present we call it as Putturu. Muttu beleda uru Mutturu. So Putturu means, so later it has changed. Like that, so many names have been derived from the word. Original word is different. Now at present the word is different. Okay. Now you tell me, Prasad, you tell me, which is our district? Our district is Dakshina Kannada. Very good. Correct answer. You know, you haven't forgotten all these. Even though you had long holidays. Isn't it, children? Very good. So Dakshina Kannada is our district. Okay. South Canara, we say South Canara also. Some places it has got 2-3 names. Now, which is our country? You tell me, Raja. Yes. Which is our country? India. India is our country. Do you know any other names? Yes. Bharata. Right here, Bharata. We call it as Bharata also. So, we call it as motherland. India or Bharata. This is oftenly used two words. Very popular words. Now, let us see how the word India has come. How the word India has come. The word India has come from the river Indus. Indus river. It flows here, children, in the northwest part of India. It flows in the northwest part of India. Here the Sindhu river is here. The other name for this Indus is Sindhu. Indus river, or in Sanskrit it is called Sindhu river. Sindhu is very popular, isn't it, children? You have studied in the school. While taking bath, we say someone sloka. Do you remember it? Yes. Yes, it starts with Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalesmin Sannidhin Kuru. Same river, Indus river or Sindhu river, because all the rivers are holy for Indians. We worship land, river, whatever, because it is very holy for us. Same river, because of this Indus river, it is called India. See, India was very rich country, very prosperous nation. Around 2500 years ago, 2500 years ago, Iranians and Greeks, they used to come to India for trade. See here, through this way they used to come to India, and they were very familiar with this Indus river, and they called this area, the land in and around this Indus river, as Indus, or they called it as Indo or Indo. Then the name Indo has become Indo. Later it has changed as India because of this Indus river. Sindhu river, another name for this is Sindhu river, because it is mentioned in the Sanskrit books, and in Sanskrit we call it as Sindhu. So the name India has derived from the river Indus or Sindhu. Don't confuse children, this is one and the same. Indus river and Sindhu river is one and the same. Yes, now let us see another very popular name. We love to say, call this land as Bharata. Why the name has come as Bharata? Let us see now. Bharata, this word is mentioned in Rig Veda. It is mentioned in Rig Veda. Very ancient book among Vedas. Veda, you are here, no? Yes. Tell me, what is the meaning of Veda? Your name is Veda. Do you know the meaning of your name? Veda means, yes, you know. Very good, very good. Knowledge. Veda means knowledge. Very good. Yes, you tell me, Kiran, how many Vedas are there? Do you know? Don't know. Anybody is knowing? No, nobody is knowing. Okay, you learn, children, there are 4 Vedas. How many Vedas? 4 Vedas. Rig Veda is the earliest Veda. Earlier Veda is Rig Veda, then Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. 4 Vedas. Rig Veda is a very ancient. It was written around 3500 years ago. It is mentioned that, in Rig Veda it is mentioned that the northwest part of India, the land here, the northwest part, at present, the people who live in this land are called Bharata, Bharatiya or Indians. Bharata, it was called Bharata, Bharatiyas. So it is mentioned in Rig Veda around 3500 years ago. See, there is another story about this Bharata, children. A king named Bharata ruled India. So it was called Bharatakanda. That is a story, legend like Bharatakanda. Then we call it as sometimes Jambudvipa, because it is covered, at least is like a Dvipa. Jambudvipa means, see, it is covered by water bodies on 3 sides. In the western side, Arabian Sea. In the south, Hindu Mahasagar or Indian Ocean. In this eastern side, Bay of Bengal, it is called Ganga Sagar or Bangalakolli. So because of these 3 water bodies, India is called Jambudvipa, Bharatavarsha. So these are the different names for our nation. India, Bharata, Bharatakanda, Jambudvipa, Bharatavarsha. These are the names. But India and Bharata are very popular, very known. Often we use these words. Another meaning is there. See, children, the name Bharata is very meaningful. Very meaningful. Bha means light. Rata means lead. Light. Kannada we say Belaku. Light. Leading Nadesu. Bharata means the land which leads others. So it is like a Vishwaguru. Bharata is very meaningful, children. Dear children, we love our motherland. Don't you love your motherland? Yes, isn't it? We love. Do you know, you might have watched the serial Ramayana during the lockdown. Very popular, world famous serial. Number one serial in the world is Ramayana. In that, Rama told Lakshmana. Have you observed? Do you remember after the war, after killing Ravana? Do you remember anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, you watch again, children, you will remember. There he says, Janani Jalma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. It is a Sanskrit shloka. What is the meaning of that? Janani means mother. Mother and motherland is greater than heaven. Mother and motherland is greater than heaven. So we call India as our motherland. So the name India has derived from, don't forget, India has derived from this river, Indus river. Another name of this land is Bharata, or another name for this Indus river is Sindhu. Don't forget it. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, children. What is history? We have studied in the previous class. History is the systematic study of past events. History is the study of past events. History, what happened in the past. To study all these things, we need some sources, events, what happened in thousands of years ago. So we need some evidences or proofs or sources. Let us see what are the sources. First of all, the source is, the main source is books. Books, coins, sculptures, pictures, buildings, ornaments, palaces, inscriptions, weapons, bones of animals and birds, paints, pots, pans, etc. So many ruined monuments are the sources to study the history. Long back, children, it was written on palm leaves. Books are the main sources to study the history. Sources because they were written on the palm leaves. Palm leaves. Next, see the coins. I have the collection of old coins, children. I have so many coins old. These were the coins of Vijayanagara period, around nearly 1000 years, 600, 700 years old coins. See, this is my collection. Some of them are British period coins. I mean before independence, 1700 and 800 years coin. See, this also mint by kings. Later it was mint by the British. It was in circulation. These are the new coins. Mean after independence, India has mint our new coins. See, this is a British dollar. Then afterwards, this is Ana, half Ana, one Ana, Ane. They say Ane. Now we say Paisa, like that, half Ana. This is half Ana, Vatte Mukkalu. In local language, people say Vatte Mukkalu, because here is a hole in this. So you to collect these coins, children, make it as a hobby. These are present. 5 paisa, 10 paisa, 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 5 rupees coin. We have even 10 rupees, 50 rupees coins also we have at present. So collect the coins, children. Books helps a lot. Next, sculptures. Sculptures are made of stones. They are carved on the stones. Beluru, Halebeedu. See here some of the sculptures. Next, pictures. So many pictures we get, especially palaces, kings, queens, all these pictures we get, children. Next, buildings. Building means those days, very old buildings. Almost some of them are ruined. They are spoiled year after year. See, these are the some evidences to study the history. Pictures, some paintings, then some of the inscriptions. What do you mean by inscriptions? Inscriptions means the words are carved on the written on the stone or hard metal. The words are written in the stone or hard metal. It is called inscriptions. This is the inscription carved by Ashoka 2500 years ago. Then some ornaments, ancient ornaments. It helps us to study the history. Then palaces, Mysore Palace or some other palaces. Jaipur Palace is famous, Mysore Palace is very famous, then Hampi palaces are very famous. So, kings, inscriptions, palaces, buildings, forts. See, this is the Ravana's palace, children, from Sri Lanka. So, these are the sources to study the history. Some weapons, how hard weapons they used. Then bones of animals and birds, some paintings, some pots here. See, this is the pot from 4700 years old pot. People used such type of pots. So, these helps us to study the history, important sources. Now, children, books. Let us see the books. Books are the main source. The books, those days, it was written by hand. So, here Manu means hand. In Latin language, Manu means hand. Scripts means writings. Script means writings. Writings. Those days, they used to write on palm leaves. Palm tree, you might have seen the palm tree. The people cut those leaves into small pieces and they write on this. They dip, they used to keep a ink bottle, ink pot, or they used feathers to write. You might have seen all those things. See, one picture of palm leaves is given. Manuscript is given, so it helps us to study the history. So, handwritten books are called manuscripts. What are manuscripts? The books which are written by hand is called manuscript. Those days they used the palm leaves to write these manuscripts. Okay, children. Dear children, today let us recall, we have studied about the name of India, how the name India has derived and the name Bharata has derived, and which are the different names for our motherland. We have to love and respect our motherland. Even Rama told Lakshmana, that is a proof for us. Even at present also our honorable Prime Minister is a great patriot. Everything he sacrifices his life for the nation or motherland. Now today let us wind up the class with some homework, children. First of all, you collect the ancient coins. Ancient coins and prepare a coin album like this. See children, I have prepared a coin album. You too, coin album is available in the bookshop. You can collect and name, write the names which belong to which year, everything you can mention. Next homework, collect the sources or pictures of ancient palace, forts and buildings. These are the sources to study the history. Historians and archaeologists, they used because that is very interesting, children. Studying history is very interesting. See, it is a small clue is enough. One building is enough to study. It is like a detective stories. History is like detective stories. A small clue is enough for the detectors. They take that clue and they find out the culprit. So, in the same way, you have to collect all those things. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.